He's so busty. We used to joke about this song in high school, and we would just kind of make a ding sound anytime she would say something that was like a stereotype. Ding. Ding. So this is like Little Mermaid in that there's a good argument and a bad argument. The good argument is she's showing the value of nature and conservation almost. She's a conservation message in all this. The bad side is she's a basically imagined Native American culture. I can assure you the actual Powhatan tribe was nothing like this. Oh, and the eagle has appeared on his shirt for the wind. So, you know, the intent, maybe is a good way to use it. The intent of the song is to sing about conservation and being more one with nature and, you know, trying to appreciate nature and trying to, you know, learn from nature. That's a good message. The way she's singing it, you know, if you look at the way the song is structured, it's really just a very classical song. It's not really sexy. It's not really flirty. But she is singing it while frolicking with him and laying with him and you know all that stuff too. So this is kind of doing two things. It's supposed to give the message, but it's also showing the seduction of where these two fall in love, which didn't happen in real life because she was 12 and he was old and gross.
Hey, think of instead a girl worth fighting for.
And Mulan really is such a it's so whitewashed.
See something?
You're like using the women.
Apparently there are girls not worth fighting for.
They want her for their take care of. They want them for their traits.
Eddie Murphy. You know, like What a Dame and all that, or I Love Being a Girl from Flower Drum Song. So this is their equivalent to that. Nah, no one wants a girl who speaks her mind. That's not boobs. So yeah. So the joke, I guess, of the song is that none of these guys are really particularly desirable. One's lanky, one's fat.
Oh gosh. Yeah, he's a keeper.
This one, I think, might be gay. I love, by the way, that it's like, you know, very obvious comedic cartoon voices, but when they all sing together, it's... Yeah, it's good times. It almost reminds me of, and this is what Disney's always been trying to do, especially in the 90s animation. They're trying to go back to like 1950s, 1960s musicals, like Sondheim and all that. So this is like their version, I guess, of South Pacific or Flower Drum Song, which is about Southeast culture, but sung by white people.
It was disrespectful. They're changing her to suit like her society
Yeah. So she doesn't change what's going
so
on.
that she pleases others.
Well, she was doing it because she wanted something out of him, and like he just didn't know any better.
And like the way she walked.
Yeah, she's trying to be all sexy.
You hardly know where to begin. I mean, you really don't. I think about Ursula and how horrible she is, and she represents the bad guy here, the evil thing. And here Ariel, who's so pure and so young, you know, she wants to risk everything that she has. Her greatest asset is her voice, and she is going to risk that for a boy because she cannot control her love for him. What is that, you know? And everybody can see that Ursula is no way to go. It's a bad alley to go down, and still she goes. And that's the common theme in all of this, pretty much. Mulan really tries to step out of that, but still the artwork in the film doesn't allow that, and it just reminds me that Disney and the big corporate filmmakers, they're just swill merchants trying to make more and more money. Come see the film. They're hyped up on TV commercials, merchandising, even to the point of go through McDonald's and you get a Disney thing for the show that's coming up next month. It's just ridiculous. How do you avoid it if you're a young girl or if you're a young boy? What if you're the young boy who is not really prince-like and the handsomest one of all? What if you're not the Dentine Smile white kid? You know, what if you're the dark-skinned Indian boy like Jafar, you know, being seduced by this young, beautiful girl who is, by the way, using her sexuality. You know, she's using her sexuality to intimidate and to cajole him into thinking and doing something else. I'm sure that's not why we were given our sexuality. And yet, somehow Disney makes it all okay. It's not right. It's too bad. That's my opinion on that.
Yeah, no, Disney's never been perfect, and they're quite flawed. You know, it took The Little Mermaid for people to start thinking about feminist values in a Disney film, and people had to stretch to give Ariel that designation. No, I don't. Yeah, so no, Disney's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I think for little kids, it's fun colors and poppy songs they can remember, but I really wouldn't let anyone let it be their moral compass for anything like that too. And I think people should be mindful of it. That's why I like Pixar. I think Pixar does better movies, and I think I hate when people get the two mixed up because it's a whole different company with a whole different writing staff and all that. I would think those movies did more for me. I mean, the Disney movies I remembered watching a lot. The ones I watched a lot were Lion King, because I remember I saw that like 4 times in the theater. And that's more Shakespeare than anything else. That's basically Hamlet, the story right there. I watched that a lot. What were the movies I watched a lot when I was a kid? What were the Disney movies I watched? Huh?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, yeah, but that, you know, well, there's some Native American imagery in there too. Yeah, you know what? Pocahontas is a big step forward from the Peter Pan numbers. So, yeah, that's a very progressive film now. I changed my mind. I liked Peter Pan, but Peter Pan was just adventure. We're going to strange worlds and all that. I know they had the sultry mermaids into Peter, but I think they're in it for like 10 seconds or maybe a minute in the whole thing. I mean, those are the 2 movies I think I watched the most. But yeah, you know, we play a game when we go to Disneyland where everyone picks a princess, and anytime you can find a little girl wearing that princess's outfit, you get a point, and we see who wins at the end of the day. Belle is usually the winner, which is probably the best one of the bunch, I suppose, considering she reads. You know, that's our big win there. No, yeah, Belle reads, although it's really a big movie about Stockholm Syndrome, don't you think? Take the plot of Beauty and the Beast and put it in any other context and tell me it's okay. You know, I'm kidnapped your father and he can't leave unless you live with me, and you can never leave. And then they fall in love. So, yeah. But yeah, no, it's not good. I think people like Disney because a lot of money goes into it. It feels like a bigger production because it is a big production. But you know, people don't seek out other stuff. There's really nothing else.
That's right.
No, nothing's competing with Disney, so it's whatever they want to make is what they make. And they're going to make something that's going to be not rock the boat because that'll make more money. So that's why you're not going to see any pushing forward agendas. Frozen. It took Frozen to have a movie where, you know, love wasn't the main arc of the story. And in fact, it's really not, you know, a relationship kind of starts at the end, but that's more or less it. So it took Frozen. That's like, what, 3 years old? 4 years old at this point? Maybe 5?
Yeah, I was a senior.
Yeah, we're all too old to have watched that and been influenced by it, but recently. Or even Zootopia. You can argue there's a very feminist message in that movie as well.